Hey guys, I'm going to walk you through the steps of finding the area of a circle and then also finding the circumference of a circle just as examples for you to kind of reference when you need it. So the first one says find the area of a circle with a diameter of 14 centimeters. So one of the things we have to remember is when we're looking at diameter, right? That right there, that word diameter means from one end of the circle all the way to the other side, right? Straight through the center, it goes from outer edge to outer edge. So the whole diameter is 14. But I'm trying to find the area of the circle. So I'm going to look back at my formula chart, and it's going to tell me that the area is equal to pi r squared. When I look at that formula, I also can remind myself that whenever I square a number, it's basically the number times itself. So I can rewrite that formula as pi times r times r. So once I do that, I need to look back at my question where it says the diameter is 14. So I know my diameter is 14, but I need to find my radius because diameter is not in my formula. Radius is. So for the radius of a circle, I'm going to need to take that 14 and I'm going to need to divide it by 2 because a radius is only half of the length. So it goes from the center point to the outside of the circle. So my radius would go from the center to the outside. It would only be halfway. So half of 14 is 7. Right? So my radius is 7. So now I know everything I need to know to do this, unless I can't remember what I'm using for pi, right? So let's always remember that pi, we're going to use 3.14 for pi. So as long as we do that, we should be all right. So now we're going to put in our numbers. A equals pi times 7 times 7. All right, so I know I can do 7 times 7, and I'm going to get 49. So now I have this 3.14 times the 49. And I can go ahead and make that a multiplication sign just so you can see it a little bit better. So now I'm going to take my 3.14. I'm going to multiply it by 49. You can use your calculator for this, and just you can check my work and make sure I got it right. So 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 3 more is 12. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 more is 28. When I go my second row down, I'm going to move over to my 4, which means I need a placeholder right here. 4 times 4 is 16, so I'm going to put a 1 up there. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. 4 times 3 is going to give me 12. So then I just need to add everything together. So I've got 6, 8. So 8 plus 5 is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2 and 2 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. And then I have 1 right here. So my answer would be the area of that circle is going to be 153.86. And that's going to be centimeters squared. Okay, because we're always writing area as squared. So I have 153.86 centimeters squared. And that's how I find that area. When you go look at the other side, we're going to look at finding the circumference of a circle with a radius of 6. So I know the radius. I know that's halfway, and I know it's 6. So I know my radius is equal to 6. So there are 2 formulas I can use for circumference. You can either have circumference equals pi times the diameter, or you can have circumference equals 2 pi times that radius. One of the things I can do, since my r is what I have, I'll go ahead and use this formula. Okay, so now I've got C equals 2 times 3.14 times that 6. So what I would do first, because I don't have to deal with any of those decimals this way, unless I'm using a calculator. If you're using a calculator, you can put 2 times 3.14 times 6 to get your answer. If not, I would start with my 6 and my 2 first and figure out what 6 times 2 is. And 6 times 2 is going to give you 12. And so now I'm going to have 12 times that 3.14. And that'll help me get that circumference. That's my last step. So I would do 3.14 times 12 on my calculator. I'm just doing it the long way here for those of you who want to follow along. So 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Now I go to my next row down. Put a 0. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. And 1 times 3 is 3. All right. So in order to add that up, because I'm kind of running out of room, I'm going to go ahead and put it over here. 8 plus 0 is going to give me 8. 4 plus 2 is going to give me 6. 6 plus 1 is going to give me 7. And then this is going to stay 3. I'm going to look back and see how many did I have behind a decimal. And since I had 2 behind a decimal, I'm going to take my decimal and I'm going to hop it 1, 2 spaces. So now my circumference is equal to 37.68. And it didn't give us units in the question. It could be centimeters, it could be feet, whatever they actually give you in your question. So I've got 37.68 centimeters. So hopefully that's going to help you guys when you're trying to break these things down to solve them. Remember, ask questions if you need to, and we'll be here to help you if you need it. All right.